What's this? I think we're going to be doing some nickel searching. And I'm hoping that the searching is going to be just as good as the last two box hunts. Let's just go right to it. Hey there, Silver Chupacabra here, and we are here to check some nickels out for finds. We've had a couple of great nickel box hunts, at least the last two. Fact of the matter is, the last, 4 or 5 months, we've had a few bummers, but man, I tell you what, some great nickel box hunts. I could not complain at all. And you know me, I can complain. I just can't complain about what we're getting. The last couple have come up with some great key date and semi-key dates. And hopefully that's going to continue, because if we're going to get these last two spots filled, there's one key date, we're going to have to get key dates. And we had chances for this on the last hunt. This one right here was one of them. And it's a great looker. A couple of 1938s here in the last two hunts for updaters, and it's been just beautiful. We sure could use some buffalo nickels coming up here, or it would be lovely to have some buffalo nickels come up out of this next hunt. Would another V-nickel come out? We've had a couple of the V-nickels this year. And I'm not going to talk about the nickels, because that's not going to happen. But anyway, varieties would be nice. Have not really done much with the varieties at all, because there really aren't really a whole lot of varieties with nickels. Keep on looking for that 1975 D with the mint mark in between the date and Jefferson's, I don't know, is it his shoulder? Whatever it is, it's just a misplaced mint mark. And keep on looking for those, or for that die crack for the speared bison, but not really finding much. But it's time to get going on this. Let's go ahead and see what's on the enders for this box. So here we are with the top enders. Let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Definitely a lot of newer ones in here, but it's kind of an interesting back. A few things going on in here. Definitely a bunch of new ones, but you see some potential here old. A lot of reverses sitting this way. I mean, there are a few obverses, but I would say mostly reverses sticking out this way. I'm not sure if that's a sign or not. You might notice this may look like it's missing at least a roll or two. It actually is missing a roll. I had to use one of them to fill a box to get back to the bank, so sometimes I have to do that. When you take a few nickels out, obviously you're going to be having shortages, and that's kind of how it happens. Anyway, here's the first roll. I've already pulled it out. That's new. I would say that hair is from the 90s or the 2000s. This has got too much detail in it. But as we always mention, it's what's in here. Oopsie, I dropped that one. Believe me, it's what's inside the roll that usually counts most. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Okay, we are on to the sixth roll. No finds so far. And by the way, this will not be a find either. But, what would you think if you saw this in your nickel roll? I know what I was thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, that's a silverware nickel all day. And that nonsense comes out. Doesn't even have the audacity to be a 2009, for heaven's sakes. I think it's got nasty scrawling on it. Well, hopefully we'll get something to find here soon. Hey, 7th roll in this new nickel box set, and we've got our first find. And it's a decent old one, too. It's from the 40s, 1947. It's tone to it as well as these late 40s nickels usually have. Yeah, I would say that's actually pretty worn hair-wise detail. Let's see if we have an actual mint mark. I'm ambivalent about that. I think it's either way. Boom, no, it's Philadelphia. And of course, 47 was one of those that was counterfeited by Mr. Henning. I do not see a notch, but I will weigh this later just to make sure. Cool, got started. Hopefully now that'll open the floodgates. A little bit left. Now to roll 13. Box has been very limited in finds so far. We have our second find. And it'll be 1955. Very toned, brown tonish. And if we can get the P variety, the Philly variety of the 55, it is a semi-key date. So let's check her out. Yeah, you got a lot of detail actually sitting there. I could see it being there. And it does not. Denver it is. Cool. 1955. Hopefully that'll get us going. You're on roll 19. And this box continues to be very, very desert-like. You do have a 46 popping out of the roll here. That is nice. With the usual late 40s tone, as I'm starting to call it. Orangey brown. There are no semi-key or key dates, but let's see what we got going here on the back. We do have a mint mark, and that would be D for Denver. 46 out of Denver. Still a little bit more to look at in this roll. Roll 22 brings us our fourth find. And we've got a 1942 up here. And even though it's got all that nice brown toning, remember, there are two types of nickels for 42. There is the type 1, that's the same composition of most nickels, and then there's the Silver Ward nickel that has 35% silver. I do not think this is the silver one, not with that kind of toning. And we'd be seeing a big mark up there, and we do not. Do we at least have a mint mark for the D? We do not, and that'll be Philadelphia. Don't get to see these too often, even though they're pretty common per se. When I do see them, I see them in bunches, so get ready for about 3 or 4 more of these. Although this box, I don't know about that. This is the fourth find, and we're 22 rolls in. Still on roll 22. Finally got a roll that had more than one find in it, which is nice since we're now up to 1957. We got one of the older 50s commons. It's usually going to be Denver if I could bet on it. And it is. Oh, on to roll 23. Okay, we are on the 25th roll of this nickel box hunt. And it's been dry so far. But as I was kind of sweeping through here, I saw something that definitely looks out of place. And when I see the word scent there, it's got a wreath, and usually what that means is that this is a B nickel. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the third V-nickel I found in a box hunt this year. I can't believe it. It is definitely a V-nickel. Wow. I always get goosebumps when I find these. It's the one coin that when I was a kid I started actually collecting these more than anything else. And this is in decent condition. Other than the, I don't know, a little bit of schmooze, a kind of a ring of schmooze there. That's a good condition for a V-nickel. I'll be very interested to see what's going on with the obverse. Let's go ahead and take a look. We don't have, I don't see any letters for Liberty, but this is actually in much better shape, I think, than the 1887 that I found earlier this year. Let's go ahead and reveal. It will be in the 1900s. 1906. Nice. Very, very cool, man. It's always awesome to find something this old in a nickel box. I wonder where the shield nickels are. Okay, same roll 25. We just found that V nickel, and we've got another roll that has two finds in it. This is helping us catch up on what's been a very dry box before this. 1959. Yep, it's one of the older common 50s, and usually that'll come with a D, and it's going to come with a D on this one too. Very nice. We are up to 7 finds now. It's a good way to catch up. Looks like we're on roll 31. I don't know if we quite have a find yet, but this one looks very curious to me. Looks like one of those 40s, late 40s things with the toning there. If I kind of just move this, what does that say down there? Is it a 46? It sure is, yep. It just amazes me that most of these late 40s look like this. Got that brown orange hue to it. A lot of, I think that's pretty good hair detail there. So let's check out the back and see if we got the same kind of detail back here. Looks good. I believe I said no semi-key or key dates for this before, and that's still true now. That hasn't changed. I think there's a mark here, though. Yes, there is. AD, Denver. Well, I think the first one we had was Philly. That means what? We need to San Francisco for the mint cycle. Nice. I do have a few other ones here that we might be looking at here in a little bit. We'll find out. Okay, so we are back on roll 31, and we have found one of the later 50s common dates. Is that right? Well, thank you for your comment there, Os. Usually these are going to be Denver minted. And no change there. Cool. So, that is the 9th find. Starting to catch up a little bit. Let's see how it goes here. I'd love to find some more quality. I'm not asking for another V-nickel, but hey, if it happens to drop in there, what the heck. Roll 31 is still up, so we've got a third find at the back end. So we do not have any other coins to look at. 1948. Oh, before I forget about it, that 46D we actually had found, and the other 46 we had found was a D as well. So much for the cycle. But anyway, yeah, we've got a 48 here. 48 actually has a semi-key date in the San Francisco form of it. Not bad on the detailed. I would say there is definite wear on the hair. Out of all the semi-key dates, the 48 and the 49 I find lots of. But, I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky. I live life right. Nope, nothing happening there. Philadelphia version of 48. Nice. First one we found today from 48 on to roll 32. Yeah, to roll 37 of this box hunt. And we got another 1946. Saw the reverse of this already. I don't think there's a mint mark, but it's got that same U again. I saw the U. I just didn't. Well, I don't really do success fail anymore, but I'm just saying. I could have easily pulled it out of the deck. Anyway, there it is. And like I said, I believe there is none. So we'll do a quick check for Mr. Hennings. Whereas I do not see a notch on the R. We will, of course, weigh it later on. Very cool. 11th fine. Onward we go. Roll 34 of this box set, and we've got something in the back end. 1941. I always feel like it's not a box unless we've got a 41 and a 40. There's the 41 version. Got some green stuff on there. Once in a while you'll see that with coins. Usually with pennies, though, not with nickels. I'm ambivalent about whether those are mint mark here or not. No mint mark. 41 Philadelphia. Can't remember if this is fine 12 or not, but we're slowly catching up to average here. Like to find some more quality, though. We are on roll 38. Back end. Not the very end, but somewhere near the back. Got a 47, very dirty Tony one there. This is the second 47. We did have one earlier that was a Philly. There are no semi-key or key dates on these. Let's get that infamous tone as it usually does. It is a Philly. Check for the Henny notch on the R on pluribus. I do not see it. And as I've said before, we'll weigh just to make sure during the very end part. On we go. On to roll 39. Roll 39 is up to bat. We got a couple of, I don't even know if we have fines yet, but we got a couple of toners here that look delicious. That's a weird way of putting it, but they look like they're worthy of checking out, so let's do it to it here. And we got here with this one 1978. Yikes. What the heck is a 78 toning for? Well, that one didn't work out. Are we going to get the same bit here? Oh, that one's a little bit different. It's going to be a silver war nickel. Nice. I can tell because it's got that big old P on the top there. And that will be silver warish. 1942, latter 1942 to 1945. You would see those mint marks on there. You were 35% silver. They needed nickel for the war effort, so a lot of the nickel in the original nickel was taken out. Silver was replaced it with, along with some other stuff, copper and whatnot. Anyway, the question is, what is going to be the date? Well, let's go ahead and find out. I haven't had one of these for the last couple of boxes, so this is kind of nice. Because I should get down to the date itself. 19, we knew that. We knew the 40 was going to be there too. By the way, this is in pretty decent condition. I mean, there's wear there, but pretty good condition for that. Oh man, it's the 43. I would say the 43, I believe, had the largest mintage of Silver War nickels. Might even be of any of the 40s. I'm not quite sure about that, but anyway, very cool. I'm very happy to see one of these again, even though I've this is the one I tend to find a lot of, and nothing wrong with that. Onward we go. Okay, on roll 41 of this box set. Got 8 more rolls. Remember, we are missing one of the rolls, and that'll be alright. You've got that sticking out of the roll that I just laid out. 1939, oldest Jefferson that we have found so far today. There it is. Decent condition, but the definite wear on the hair, you can see. Right now, I would say that's probably not a good candidate for the mint mark. And I would say that that's not going to be a mint mark either. Anyway, let's see. Well, if it was, it would be a key date. No, it is not. 1939, Philadelphia. Quick check on the R for the canning notch. Do you not see it there? Of course, I'll be looking for varieties, I believe. It's been a while. The DDR on that? No, DDO. Well, there's actually DDOs, DDRs, QDRs, yada, yada, yada. So, should be plenty to look at on there. Okay. Okay, well, Batman's telling us that we are done with this current box hunt. The last 9 rolls. I'm not sure if that 39 came in that last 9 rolls, but man, it was dead. Dead letter office on that stuff. The fact that we got back to 16 finds is actually pretty cool. We did not have a whole lot by halfway through there, but let's go ahead and check out the results. We had a 1941 Philly. Oh, by the way, no San Franciscos. That is actually pretty weird, and I can't remember too many of these actually happening. A lot of Phillies. Getting back to it, 1942 Philly, 1946 Philly, and then a couple of 46Ds. 247 Phillies. We had 148 Philly there. We'll get to that in a second. We had a 55 Denver, 57 Denver, a couple of 58s. I did not show the big, ugly, red-brown one there that was found after the first 58. And then a 59. These are all Denvers there. Some shinies. That 60 may not look good, but it actually is pretty cool. Cool toning, too. The big Cajon. I guess it is County. Big Kahuna. Let's go with Kahuna instead. Big Kahuna coins for this hunt. You had a 39 come in late. Philadelphia. We had this one come in, another 43 Philly. Be checking for lots of different things on that one. And then the big one. This is the third one of 2024. V nickel 1906. It's too bad about the slash across there. I knew I did not do that. If that was metal detecting, that would be definitely something you'd see from some of my coins. Interesting how the reverse is actually in pretty darn good condition versus the obverse is a little bit less. There is a little ring here. If I applied a little warm water, I wonder if that would wash some of that stuff off. But other than that, pretty cool. A couple of cool finds in there. And like I said, overall 16 good finds. I'm good with that. I was gonna go look in 2 varieties, see what's up with that. I got a couple of coins I need away for Mr. Henning, and then collection books. doubtful we'll even have anything to look at. But anyway, let's go. Well, that is the end of this box hunt. No varieties were found. Disappointing. As many 43p Silver War nickels as I find. Where are those DDOs at? Where is that 3/2? That's kind of disappointing. There's the big kahuna for today. 1906 V nickel. Very, very awesome. Turn it over on the reverse here as well. Very, very awesome. Stellar. We can't ask for more. I can't even ask for one, and I got 3 this year. It's 4 total now. Where are the shield nickels? I know the shield nickels are a little bit smaller, so probably not something that's ever going to happen, but you never know. We're done. I'm hoping everybody continues to have a great set of holidays. Be safe out there. I know it's a little early, but I count all of December as kind of the holidays anyway. We will be back next with some pennies. Check those out. See if we can find something like that 1910 we found. Did find a 1926 in that one too. That was only 4 Wheaties too, so couple of good finds out of 4, which is pretty good. 50%. It's a pretty good rate. We're done. Cheers.